Denver Nuggets just beat the Cavaliers 115 to 109. Evan Mobley looked unstoppable. Both teams showed a little bit of rust, and there was a lot of new faces like Reggie Jackson and Thomas Bryant making their debuts on their new squad. We're going to get into all of that today, guys, but before we do, I just want to say we're so close to hitting 700 subscribers, and we're on the road to 1,000 subscribers, so if you're new here and enjoy short/long-term NBA content, please be sure to hit that subscribe button. Without further ado, let's get started talking about the victors of today's game, the Denver Nuggets. Tonight, the Denver Nuggets had a pretty efficient night, almost shooting 50, 40, 90 as a team. They shot a little over 46% from the field, a little over 47% from the three, and a little over 90% from free throw. They looked really, really good in transition, and other from some first and second quarter rust. Overall, they looked really, really solid, especially the reigning two-time MVP Nikola Jokic. He picked up 3 pretty early fouls in this game, so he kind of more leaned on his facilitating this game. He wasn't getting too aggressive down low, trying to bang with the other bigs like Jared Allen and Evan Mobley. But nonetheless, he racked up another triple-double. He had a very efficient 24 points with 18 rebounds and 13 assists. Guys, he was so active. And I've said it once and I'll say it again. For how heavy and big he is, he really is quick on his feet. And he really is just agile, getting involved in every single play and just facilitating for his team, even on moments where they look dull. Like I said at the beginning, there were some new faces. Reggie Jackson and Thomas Bryant, they made their Nuggets debut tonight. Reggie, he looked pretty comfortable in the system, even though it was only his first game. He seemed like he understands that it's a pass-first system, and he even hit that 60 or 70 foot buzzer beater going into the third quarter that I think really gave them a momentum shift. They were going to be going down 5 going into the fourth quarter, but he hit that, and the score was 91 to 89. And honestly, he looked really great. Thomas Bryant, he looked pretty all right on the glass in the second half of the game. The first half, I will say, I thought he looked pretty soft, and he kind of looked like one of those JV players who, and this is not a slight on Thomas Bryant, but if you guys watch high school basketball ever, you kind of see these guys stare at the ball and wait for it to come to them rather than just going and getting the ball like a big man should. And he picked up 2 really big offensive fouls to start the fourth quarter, and it looked like for a second that second unit was just really selling this Nuggets team. And Michael Malone, he looked pretty concerned throughout this game of how his second unit was playing, but I feel like him and the rest of the Nuggets are realizing that this is just the first time that they've gone out there and gotten runs and an NBA game together, and it's going to take a lot of getting used to. The Nuggets in the second quarter was probably the prime example of roughness. I mean, they finished the game very well, obviously, as they were the victors, but they scored no field goals in 4 straight minutes during that second quarter. And to start the second quarter, they were 2 for 12 from the field. It was not so good. But like I said, Jokic was looking super active, and he really helped them bounce back. Michael Porter Jr. looked amazing from downtown and all over the floor as a rim runner tonight. I really did like to see that he was more than just a three-point shooter. I think he had 6 triples tonight, though, which was phenomenal. Jamal Murray in his first game back after missing 6 games for that shoulder injury definitely showed a little bit of rust as he shot 6 for 19. However, he did make up with it in his facilitating as he had 9 assists tonight. Honestly, this was a great team win for the Nuggets. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope went perfect from the field tonight as he shot 6 for 6 from the field and 4 for 4 from the three and finished with 17 points and only 1 foul tonight. I thought that was very, very impressive that the Nuggets starting lineup was staying out of foul trouble for the most part. Michael Porter Jr. didn't even have a foul tonight, and they all racked up positive plus minuses. That's exactly what you want to see out of your starting group, as opposed to where when you look at the bench, you see -3 on Jeff Green and -3 on Bruce Brown, -7 on Reggie Jackson, -8 on Thomas Bryant. It was a rough night for that second unit, but the starters did the amazing job that the starters should, and I have nothing but good things to say about the Nuggets. As for the Cavs, Donovan Mitchell and Darius Garland looked absolutely awful to start this game, and that's sugarcoating it. Donovan started 1 for 4 from the field and 0 for 2 from the three. Darius Garland, oh my goodness, 1 for 8 from the field and 0 for 4 from the three. Didn't hit your first triple until the fourth quarter with 9 minutes left. Honestly, if it weren't for Evan Mobley looking absolutely Tim Duncan-like and dominant all over the glass and in the low post, this game they would have lost by 20 or 30. It was a really rough and rocky game for the Cavs, in my opinion, tonight. Darius shoots 7 for 20 and then 1 for 6 from 3. Donovan shoots 9 for 21 and then 2 for 7 from 3. Isaac Okoro only attempts 1 shot, and I know that's not very off-brand for him. You know, normally he's scoring 7 to 10 points a night, but 1 shot, come on. I mean, he picked up 4 incredibly early fouls. Evan Mobley was fouling. I mean, he played pretty good when he had 4 fouls, because he got that 4th foul in the beginning of the 3rd quarter, and he didn't get another foul for the rest of the game, which I thought was really good. But aside from that, one thing I have to just say, I really hope Cedi Osman either gets traded next offseason or just does not get any PT come playoff time. He takes some seriously bad shots, and he is wildly inconsistent and inefficient. Tonight he went 2 for 8 from the field and 1 for 6 from downtown and 0 for 2 from the line. Honestly, I just don't see, if we're going to get rid of a guy like Kevin Love because we're thinking that Dean Wade is going to step into that position, which, by the way, Dean only played 8 minutes tonight and had very little to no production. I mean, he grabbed a couple rebounds. But it's like, compared to Karis LeVert, I don't think that Karis should be getting 32 minutes and then Cedi should be right behind him at 27 minutes. Cedi does not provide the type of playmaking or shot creation or even 3-point making that other guys have proved that they can. Like Lamar Stevens getting 14 minutes tonight when Cedi's getting double that, or literally double that. It just doesn't make any sense to me. Like, it sounds so disrespectful to say, but I would almost rather have their new acquisition, Danny Green, out there getting 15 minutes a night than Cedi getting 27. His shot isn't pretty. Like I said, he's not a great 3-point shooter, and he just, even when he's on, he's inconsistent. Like, out of his last 10 games, he has one game where he's had above 10 points, and it was a 21-point performance against the Grizzlies where he shot 4 for 8 from 3 and 7 for 11 from the field. Again, though, like when you look at the rest of these games, 3 for 12, 1 for 5, 3 for 13, 1 for 4, 1 for 4. Like I said, tonight he went 2 for 8. Like, this is just not someone who should be on this roster. I don't know, guys. I don't know about you, but Evan Mobley, the last thing I want to really talk about and fixate on for the Cavs tonight, dude had 31 points and 9 rebounds, and he was taking and making 3-pointers. I really just love to see that from Evan, that he's just expanding his game. He's shooting like 19% from the 3-point line this season, I believe it was. And he's just still stepping into those shots pretty confidently. I love to see this version of Evan Mobley. I really do. A lot of people were kind of getting mad at Evan Mobley and Scotty Barnes, how they're saying they're having a sophomore slump and not a sophomore surge. I don't think you guys are realizing that it takes time for people to grow. Like, Evan is clearly still growing into his body, so nights like this are just really the upside for him. Evan, you had a great game tonight. The Cavs, not so much. The Nuggets, your starters, you guys did absolutely phenomenal tonight. But what do you guys think? What were your thoughts watching this game? I think this is just another game where the Nuggets prove that they're a top 5 team in the NBA, top 3 team in the NBA. You know, even when they're down, you can't count them out. They were missing some important starters like Aaron Gordon, and Zeke Naji tonight, but they still prevailed and took this win. If you guys made it this far, you know I appreciate your support as always. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Stay happy, healthy, and blessed. Peace.